The transfer window opens in 3 weeks. This is interesting. Hello and welcome to Season 12, Episode 4 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we've got a league game away against Spurs and then our final group game in the Europa League away against Marseille. How's it been going? I was just about starting to turn form around. It's been very indifferent again. We're still struggling to get players fit. We're still without Modou Fall. Christian Arendt's available for £10 million from Bayern Munich because they don't want him anymore. So if only we had the money to... £10 million, eh? When's Modou Fall fit again? He is out for another month. Johnny Vaughan is out for a couple of weeks. Will Leach is still out. I mean, injuries are ridiculous at the moment, but how tempted am I to put in a bid for Christian Arendt? In fact, let's do a cheeky little spread it over 4 years for your 10 million quid dealie. I mean, they never should have bought him. We warned him not to go. The big problem is going to be that he's earning £215,000 a week at Bayern, and there's just no hope. Oh, look at that. We can get him for £3 million up front. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Well, there you go. We might be re-signing Christian Arendt in January. That would be ridiculous, even though he's so injury prone. But for 10 million quid, how do we say no to a goal a game striker? Getting back into that form that we were talking about, fairly indifferent. We're still doing very, very well in the Europa League. We're still doing not so well in the league, although I'm hoping we turned a little bit of a corner by beating Liverpool 3-0 in our last game. I mean, Liverpool aren't having the best of seasons. They're well outside the European places as well. But that win did put us back up into the mid-table position that the board are looking for. So, really, if we finish there, the board, it's a good season as far as the board are concerned. They're being very generous with me and acknowledge the fact that we did really well last season to finish as high as we did. So, I wouldn't be happy finishing there. I want European qualification again. But at least I'm not in danger of the sack anymore, hopefully. But let's try and keep this momentum going away against Tottenham today. This is the team that we're going to be playing. It might look rotated. It's really more to do with the fact that we haven't got anyone fit. Injuries are just hitting us in a ridiculous manner. So the back four and the goalkeeper are pretty settled now, although Will Leach probably is our first choice left back now. Walker-Peters is as good as he is and is perfectly adequate to come in and cover while Leach is injured. So he's going to be the left back, Lazarov at right back, Zabala and Dane in the middle with Matt Lee behind them. The midfield looks a little bit thrown together. Franco Valverde is only making his fourth appearance for us, although he has looked good in the games that he's played, averaging 7.56 across those first three starts. So I don't think we're necessarily weakening the side by having him in there. Fritscher is the holding player and Yusuf slightly further forward with Nuri behind Lacio and Thomas. David Martin is slowly coming back to fitness. Johnny Vaughan is slowly coming back to fitness. So we might actually have some more options for the Trequartista at some point. I don't know what we'd be doing tactically this season if I hadn't signed Abdelhak Nuri on a complete whim. Oh, why not get a third choice attacking midfielder? He might come in handy. He has played, he's valued at £21.5 million now. He's played pretty much every game and is doing really well. So what a fluky signing he was. The issues are up front. Wilfred Thomas, although he's our top goal scorer, and I mentioned this in the last episode as well, he just doesn't play well. All his goals are coming in Europe as well. I wonder if Bayern want to just swap him for Arendt, because that would be amazing if they did. Lacio coming back into form, 7.78 over his last 5 games. So hopefully that's a sign that he is turning back into the player that we all know he is. Let's go and beat Tottenham. That's what the first part of this episode is all about. The second part, we've already won our group, so we can rotate the side a little bit against Marseille. And then get all excited about who we're going to get in the first knockout round. That's when the Champions League clubs join in, isn't it? So I imagine the European fun will be over fairly soon, but it's been nice to win our group at the first time of asking. Lazarov, I thought he was in behind their back four there, but gets tackled. But we win the corner. Nuri with the cross. Comes back out to Nuri, who finds Lacio. Lacio, for some reason, tries to play in Zabala. That was never going to end well. Lacio should have just had a pop himself. But it falls to Lacio again, and it just shoots over the crossbar. That was some nice pressure to open the game with. That all happened in the first 90 seconds of the game. So That was rather pleasant. We'll have more of that, please. Yusuf picks the ball up deep to Nuri, and now Lacio, can he... Oh, finds Nuri. This is lovely passing football all of a sudden. And Lazarov puts it into Lacio, and he hits the crossbar. We're still less than 10 minutes into the game. Lacio looks like he's up for it today, although obviously has missed 2 quite good chances and elected to pass when the third one was on, so maybe he's not. Lazarov out wide again. Everything attacking comes through our right back. It is ridiculous. But he crosses in again onto the head of Thomas, and we're 1-0 up. I really don't want to have to sell Lazarov. I think he's probably going to have to be sold in January because he's been brilliant again for the first half of this season, and clubs are just going to come in with even more money. We turned down, I think 55 million was what we turned down from Paris Saint-Germain in the summer. Realistically, if they come back and offer 60, 70 million this time round, can we say no to 60 or 70 million pounds for a right back? I know he's our best player. I know he creates all the goals, but you know, we could surely find a perfectly adequate right back for a quarter of a 60 or 70 million pound fee. It's ridiculous money to even think of it, but it might happen. He's that good. Best right back in the world. Walker Peters now trying to show that he's all right as a right back. I mean, to be honest, he could go over to right back and when Will Leach is fit, and we wouldn't even need to bring in a new player. But Lazarov's in again, puts it on a plate for Thomas, and that should have been 2-0. Lazarov's having another one of those quite good games today. And he was in there as a centre forward. I mean, I might just convert him to a winger because he's so attacking, and he's going to beat his man again here. Slots Thomas through. And how is this man a right back? We're going to have a proper look at Lazarov at half time because I don't show his stats very often, but I still don't understand why Real Madrid sold him to us. Yes, we paid them silly money. I think we spent 25 million pounds on him, which was mad for a 21, 22-year-old right back who'd never really established himself for him. But they must have seen he was this good. Why hadn't he established himself? Why weren't they playing him? Who have they got at right back? It's madness. Right, there's going to be an attack come down our right-hand side here, isn't there? Fritzsche, another man who could play at right back if need be. So, you know, a big money offer's starting to sound more tempting. We've still got Pascal Leader knocking around as well, who can play full-back on either side, as well as centre-back. Lazarov's in behind again, and we have hit the post again, and it's all coming through Vladislav Lazarov. I don't understand why I'm talking about selling him. Everything comes through him. Right, Lacio's picking the ball up deep from a corner, finds Valverde, who doesn't do too badly. That's our 4th clear-cut chance. It's going to be one of those games where we might regret the fact that we've had 4 clear-cut opportunities and only scored one of them, because we should be 2 or 3-0 up. We have dominated that first half. As promised, this is Lazarov. I mean, yeah, he looks like a good wing-back, but I don't really get involved in all these numbers out of 20 thing. I'm more about how they do in the team. I don't see which of those stats makes him as good as he is. I imagine it's the combination of, look, above 18, we've got stamina, work rate, determination. He is just up and down that right wing constantly. He's quick. He's only got 10 for crossing. The amount of assists is, imagine if he could cross. 9 for passing, 10 for crosses. He's in the last 2 years, he's assisted 18 goals. If he could cross, wow, who'd have thought? Hopefully we'll see more of the same in the second half. See, that's the spirit from Zabala. Just lump it out to right-hand side. Lazarov will be there somewhere. You don't even have to aim at him. Anywhere along the right-hand side of the pitch, he'll be there within, a second and a half? Ridiculous. Right. This is what I'm talking about now. We're into the 70th minute and we're still only 1-0 up. This game has got late Spurs equaliser written all over it. So I think... See, it's one of those times where I don't have someone to bring on for Nuri. So I have got Christensen and Kuhl on the bench. So I could play a holding midfield player. But by doing that, am I inviting Spurs to come and get that goal that we're talking about? Because we've dominated this match, so probably shouldn't fiddle. Right, let's not fiddle. And we'll go and concede that goal anyway, because that's just how it goes in my world. Right. Every part of me now is telling me that was the wrong decision, but if I'd have brought Kuhl on for Nuri, every part of me would be telling me that was the wrong decision as well. I just don't know what the right what is the right decision in situations like that. Every time I ask questions like that, the comments are split. So again, let me know in the comments, what should I have done there? I'm not going to make a third change at the moment because I'm hoping we're going to nab another goal and then we can bring on a defender or a holding midfield player. But hopefully we're closing this game out. Nuri wins the ball back. Thomas is through. He just needs to... And Thierry Ambrose, Mr. Ipswich Town, doesn't play a lot anymore. When he does, he often does that. So it's 2-0. Thanks to a goal from Thierry Ambrose. In comes the cross from Thomas. I mean, it just sort of hits Ambrose. It almost deflects off their defender, in fact. But he's happy about that, isn't he? Look how happy Thierry is with that goal. And that is a 2-0 win. Back-to-back wins in the league for the first time this season. And now we can go and rotate the team a little bit and go away to Marseille. Yeah, they've accepted the offer. This is a bit of a problem, though. He wants £235,000 a week. The most we can offer him, £59,000 a week. In fact, obviously, if he comes back, he's a key player. Does that increase the amount we can offer him? Now, to be honest, £87,000 a week, he's going to be the highest paid player at the club. £8 million signing on fee? You are living in a fantasy world. Right. What other nonsense have you got in here? I mean, I'm going to hit suggest terms. He's going to laugh, and that's going to be that. Unless he has a secret love for Ipswich that he didn't really show when he departed. And no, there you go. Can't say I didn't try. Stupid money. What I might do now is just set the board on him. So, there you go, board. Go sign him. Yeah, the fans want him. Yeah, just go and get him. I'm just going to be stroppy. Come on, just keep pushing. I mean, the board are phenomenal. I'm going to keep pushing and keep pushing. Yeah, we might get left behind by our rivals. This is a long conversation with the board, and I'm being quite unreasonable. Shall I tell him I can't carry on with my job? No, because he'll be injured the whole time. What I will do is just stick him on the transfer target, so see if the director of football has more joy with him. Oh, I'd love to have him back. Imagine him and Fall up front with Lacio in behind him. I'm actually salivating a little bit. Yeah, you know I said I'd rotate the squad a little bit against Marseille. We've got so many players injured, we can't really rotate very much. This is about as much as I could do. I'm not dropping Matt Lee because he's just too important, and I don't want Ben Garrett to get any ideas that he's ever going to play for us again, unless Lee is injured. I brought Sokolov in for Dane at the back, although he's requested a transfer because he's not getting enough game time, which is fair enough. He's got two very good centre-backs in front of him, so we need a replacement there. Christensen can come in and have a rare start in midfield, so Fritcher drops to the bench there. I mean, we're so light on midfielders. We've got Mick McDonald, a young left midfielder. I mean, the only reason he's there, it's nothing to do with position. It's the fact that he's got good potential ability. I might bring him on at some point. Probably won't, but that's how light we are on midfielders. And I'm going to give Thierry Ambrose a start up front. There's temptation there to play Oliveira instead of Lacio, but I just want to see Thierry score, and he's got a better chance of doing that with Lacio next to him. Well, I'll probably bring Oliveira on for Lacio fairly early on in the second half. There you go. We'll give Mick McDonald his squad number. Yes, Wilfred Thomas. Yeah, we're rotating. That's what's happening here. They're playing free at the back. Does our system work well against free at the back? I think it probably does. As you can see, we've already won the group, so this game doesn't really matter at all, other than the fact that we're in a good run of form in the Premier League. So confidence is finally starting to build, so we don't want to now harm the confidence by going and getting absolutely smashed by Marseille. This was always going to be the hardest game of the group stage, so I'm glad to have the group wrapped up before then. But we don't now want to go and suffer a heavy defeat and suddenly start questioning our European aspirations. And what a save again from Matt Lee there. 10 million quid, that's all he cost. And I don't understand why his rating isn't higher, because the amount of incredible saves he makes game to game. We have a proper goalkeeper now. He's still only 23, 24. He could play for Ipswich for the next 10, 15 years. And he is good enough to do it. His shot stopping is phenomenal. We've hit the post. That was some good little interplay between Ambrose and Lacio there. It dropped for Nuri, who hits the post. But we're looking lively up front. This is good. Lazarov's in a fantastic position again. And I think he was going for goal. He probably was. Or that might have been an example of his crossing only being 10. And he was actually aiming for Thierry Ambrose. And it's all gone quiet. I mean, so are Marseille any good? I don't know. I've not got the French leagues turned on, so there's every chance Marseille are a bit rubbish. And as with the other, I mean, it's always a problem in the Europa League or in the early stages of any European competition, really. The other three teams aren't in playable leagues, so it's hard to gauge how good we actually are, because it might just be a case of we're 12 years into this save, all their original players are gone, bar maybe one or two. So they're just getting by on whatever players have randomly appeared in their squads during 12 years of not being playable. They've not got a proper manager making proper decisions. The only time they ever play games are in Europe. So the likes of Club Brugge are probably playing 6 games a season, and that's it. So are we any good? We need to play against someone from a playable league, and Lacio has just put us 1-0 up. And he's back to. I can't keep track of his haircuts. We might need someone to keep track of this in the comments or something. Today he has the Lacio. Next time he scores a goal, nobody knows. He might have gone back to the Kev. I'd like to see him mix it up with a third hairstyle, or maybe grow a goatee beard or something. Movember's been and gone this year. I didn't notice any Mo's this year. I think it was last season. My little manager face grew a moustache, which I thought was awesome. If you're watching Sports Interactive, we would like beards on those manager picks in future, please. I'm a little upset that I couldn't put a beard and glasses on my little man. It stops him looking anything like me. Whereas it could be a 90-year-old woman, and if I put a beard and glasses on it, it would look identical to me, as the internet delights in telling me on a regular basis. Right, let's make that pre-arranged substitution so Lacio can come off for Oliveira. We'll leave it there for now. I don't think there's anyone else we particularly need to protect for the weekend. Lazarov, maybe. In fact, have we got anyone that we could... Oh, Will Leach isn't really fit, so we'll leave Lazarov on. I mean, he's bundles of energy anyway. It would be nice to be able to bring him off, but I don't want to risk Leach because he's still injured. And he failed his fitness test. I shouldn't have put him on the bench, but... We've got no other players. I didn't have much choice. They are passing the ball around really nicely on the edge of our area here, and we're doing quite well to keep this out. Oliveira picks it up, finds Ambrose. Can we break on him here? And that was a bit cynical. I would say that's at least a yellow, because they saw we were attacking, and they just fouled Thierry Ambrose. There was no attempt to win the ball there. Just cynical, and I can't believe it's not been punished. Right, shall we have a look at Mick McDonald? I mean, we're going to have to completely change the system to see him. But he's 16 years old. He's come through our youth system. It would be wrong not to have a look at him in this situation, I think. So let's bring him on for Valverde and do something I haven't done. Whoa, who have I brought on there? Why have I brought Leach on? That's the wrong person. Yeah, we'll do a system I haven't done for a long, long time, and we're just going to go to a 4-4-2. We're going to need to adjust this a little bit. In fact, he can stay like that, but you're going to need to be... We'll just sacrifice having a playmaker to do this. Do you want to be... Yeah, you want to be a winger. So you can be a winger on support. You can be a winger... Oh, Gordon Bennett, you don't want to do any of it. You're a proper attacking player, aren't you? Right, well, we'll do that. And let's just drop back to control, maybe. Are we going up through the middle on this? Yeah, we don't really want to do that now, do we? And we'll just go to balanced. We'll leave it there. I don't know if this system's going to work. I'm not really bothered about the system. I just want to see Mick McDonald, because if we have got a superstar left midfield player coming through, it's something to think about for the future. Walker Peters has picked up a knock. We can't bring Will Leach on, so we're going to have to bring on Fritzsche to play at left back. Can Lazarov go over? No, so Fritzsche's just going to have to play out of position at left back. Mick McDonald, take note, that might be your future if the 4-4-2 doesn't work. I mean, what's the point of players who are just left midfielders anyway? Surely you've got to either be a winger or a full-back. Who plays with just a wide midfield player? I don't understand. We need to retrain him into something. I'll put him up on screen again in a minute. Let me know in the comments. Should I be retraining him as a winger? As a full-back? Attacking midfielder? What do you reckon? So, yes, we're happy to have beaten Marseille. And let me know, Mick McDonald. Oh, hold on. Mick McDonald. Calling Mick McDonald. There he is. What should we retrain him as? I'm thinking he's already part way to being a winger. Let's just push him on and make him a winger. But that means if he does turn into being brilliant at 17, 18, 19 years old, we're going to have to start playing with wingers. So maybe he's a central midfielder or a fullback. Can he tackle? No, it's probably not a fullback. Let me know in the comments anyway. How soon do they do the draw for the next round of this competition? Because it would be quite nice to see who we've got in the next round. Is it going to be here anywhere? No, I'll push on a little bit and just see if we can get to the draw. Tell you what, all is right in the world. We're going to do the draw in a second, but we had to play another game. Thierry Ambrose gets the winner. We're back up to 7th in the league now. What a difference a couple of games make. 7th in the same position we finished in last season. And just to give me a little bit of awesome satisfaction, Man United have refused to shortlist me for the manager's job twice in the last 4 months. They're on to their second manager of the season now. And they are rock bottom of the Premier League after 15 games. I tell you what, if they get relegated, I am having that job. Surely they'll give it to me then. I mean, what better time to arrive at Man United? Win the championship, go straight. Oh, that would be fun. Let's do the draw anyway. I'm getting ahead of myself again. The big teams are in now, so we're just gonna see who we get. So I don't know, who do we want? I'm kind of torn. Do we want a big team, just for a big payday and a bit of European fun, or do we want to try and have a run at this competition, try and win it? But I guess if we're going to win it, we have to beat the big guys anyway. There's not many teams left, you know. We're halfway through now. Who's still big in there? Ajax would have been quite good fun. No, there's not many games left, you know. That's going to the Ukraine away in February. Not fun. So, Celtic, that would be a fun one. Go on. Yes, there we go. Celtic in the next round. Man United do have to go to Russia in February. And there you go. We're going to be playing Celtic in the first knockout round. It's going to be good fun. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be winnable as well. So we could go on a little bit of a run here. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you pop a like on the episode, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on seeing us play Celtic in the Europa League. This is what happens when I try and do a longer episode. Thank you very much for watching.